Let's talk about the compass mode of your new M2 Mantis 2 computer. One of the great features that I love about any kind of sport watch is to have a watch that gives me a compass. To me, knowing where I'm at and knowing direction is always important, not just underwater but on land. This is a great feature for wherever you're at. So let's walk you through it. Again, let's push the top right button. In this case, it'll be our fourth press, so the first one will take us to the sport mode, or stopwatch, sport mode, altimeter, and now we're going into compass. When we get to compass, again it says use compass. You see the three cursors pointing at the compass setting on the bezel. Let's do a light press. And the first thing it's going to do is give you your bearing. So if you're just out and you want to know which direction or the direction you're heading and you want to know what that is, you just go to compass and the very first part of the menu is going to give you the bearing you're at. In this case, I'm pointed at about 323 degrees. If I do another light press, I'm going to get the declination. Declination is how we know the difference between magnetic north and true north, and it's important to set that if you need extreme accuracy with your compass. If you're in some area where it's besides where you've set the declination before and you travel to a different area, you want to check, and you can go on the NOAA weather site and you can figure out what that declination is and adjust it. Next setting is the timeout. If you would like it to stay in compass mode, in case you're doing an activity outside that involves using a compass, or even underwater if you're doing some surveying or something like that and you want to stay in that, then you can set this to where it will stay in the compass mode, or it will default back to your regular diving screen or your regular activity screen. In this case, if I press the select button, it starts flashing. Right now it's showing 15 seconds for timeout. I can scroll up and it gets to a point where it says push. If it says push, and I lock this in, then I'm going to have to actually push the select button to take it out of compass mode, which is a really nice feature because if I'm doing something where I need that compass continuously, then I don't want it defaulting and me having to go back into compass mode. We have this on the Galileo and several of our other computers as well. It's a really nice function, especially if you're doing surveying underwater. So in this case, I have it for push for timeout. Now it will go in compass mode and stay there until I actually tell it I want it to come out again. Or I can set it for 10, 30, 60 seconds. Next, we've got the calibration. When you first get your compass, you're going to have to adjust it for the area you live in. In this case, it says calibrate, and we've got the cursor flashing up at the compass feature. When I do a light press on the select button, it's going to say to start horizontal. When you're making this adjustment, it's really critical that you do a complete 360 with the watch. What we're trying to do is let it know exactly where it's at. If you have a compass feature even on your cell phone, you'll notice that it's going to require you to set it when you use it in a different area as well. So this is very common. So it says start horizontal. I'm going to press select, and it's going to say rotate horizontal. So I want to keep the watch as flat as possible, and I want to rotate it 360 degrees. When I get back to my starting point, I press again. It's going to say start vertical. In this case, I want to turn it on its edge, and I also want to rotate it 360 degrees in a vertical position, and then while it's in that position, press my select button again. After this, my compass should be calibrated for the area that I'm in, and I'm ready to start using that for a very accurate compass. So again, back to the compass mode, use compass. Now I'm able to take the compass in whatever direction I'm going in. It's going to give me a very accurate use, whether it be underwater or above water.